Sharon. We'd like to thank everybody for coming here this evening. And again, can you hear us in the back? Great. We have had a great time planning this. I have to tell you, we're really glad that we're done planning this. But we want to thank all of you for being here this evening. Look around. This started 6 years ago with an idea from a PA president to try and involve the Asian community in tech, as we had so many Asian parents, but not a lot of representation. And look around here tonight. It's amazing. Applause for all of you. And the work that the Asian community does at tech is astounding. And I'm going to leave it there and hand it to Sharon, who has, trust me, done 10 times the work I have on this, and with her incredible committee, whose names are in the program, so please look at it and acknowledge them, because they have worked so very hard. But here's Sharon.
Thank you, Kim. Hi， 谢谢大家，谢谢你们的到来，谢谢你们参与买票支持 PA。没有你们，我们就不能成功举办今天的晚会。谢谢每一位义工、表演者，跟赞助商，谢谢大家。
And now we would like to bring up our PA co-presidents, Mia Liu and Hamilton Kane.
Greetings, Brooklyn Tech community. It's such a wonderful honor to be here with you all tonight. I'm Hamilton Kane. I'm the co-president of the Parents Association. We've all been talking about this for months, and it's so beautiful to sort of look out and see so many people here. I wanted to say thank you to Kim and to Sharon and their committee for the most extraordinary effort I've ever seen. This is a crown jewel in our fundraising efforts for the PA. We also have the direct appeal, as you may know, and a spring auction that's been scheduled for May the 9th. So we'd love to see you back for that. The PA is, you're automatically a member of the PA if you have a child who's a student at Brooklyn Tech. We have monthly meetings. Some are remote, some are in person. We usually give you advance notice with Tech Talk, and just a shout out to Lisa, Marcia, and Rachel for all their wonderful work. On the communication side, they really keep the trains running smoothly, so we're very grateful for that to them. So anyway, there's going to be more stuff coming in the weeks ahead as we head into the warmer weather months, not tonight obviously. And I'm just really thrilled, and happy Year of the Rabbit, Happy New Year to you all. I'm going to pass this to my extraordinary co-president, Mia Liu.
Thank you, Hamilton. 16 years ago, when I first moved to the States with my son, Latin, I never could have imagined that I would stand here speaking as a co-president. Back then, I couldn't even fully understand his school letters, let alone attending PA meetings. At my age, it's difficult to speak a second language like a local. So every time I speak English in public, Latin feels embarrassed by my accent, like Uncle Rogers. Yeah, so he's a teenager, so we know what that means. So he thinks he has no accent, and I think that's all thanks to me, because I never speak English to him. So yeah, with my limited English, I managed to get my Master of Law degree and then get a full-time job while raising my son. And he got into his Jeam school, Brooklyn Tech. So does he really have no accent? Isn't that Brooklyn accent? Yeah. So why am I telling my story here because I think my story is just a microcosm of tens of millions immigrants. Brooklyn Tech is a diverse and inclusive community, and PA recognizes the challenges and the needs this community has, and PA wants to, wishes to serve you better. That's why we have the diversity committee. And Lunar New Year is one of the impactful activities this committee hosts. And huge thanks to Sharon, Kim, all parent volunteers and student volunteers for making tonight happen. Thank you. So besides Chinglish, I also speak Mandarin, Cantonese, and the Teochew dialect. So you better keep up, son. So now be ready for the greetings in 4 different languages. Happy Lunar New Year! 兔年大吉，恭喜發財，身體健康。Yeah, maybe most of them don't understand that. And tonight, we are very honored to have the opportunity, to invite Mr. David Newman as our guest speaker. Please join me in welcoming David Newman.
Good evening. It is my honor to welcome everyone to the Brooklyn Tech New Year celebration. Just to tell you a little bit about how Brooklyn Tech is doing. This year, in U.S. News and World Report, Brooklyn Tech was ranked the 42nd best high school in the nation. In the niche high school rankings, which rank schools that serve a population of over 50% free lunch, we were ranked 2nd in the nation. We have the largest College Board AP program in the world. 99% of our seniors will go on to graduate and go on to college. Last year, for the first time, Tech seniors topped $155 million in total college scholarships. I'm honored to be here tonight representing our great school on such a joyous occasion as we celebrate the Lunar New Year. I've met many parents thus far this year in breakfasts, in dinners, and PA meetings, and I surely look forward to meeting many more this evening. The Parents Association is what makes Tech what it is today. First and foremost, this school is what it is because of your children and their academic and intellectual capabilities. Your children excel because of you, partnering with us, motivating them throughout their lives to excel and achieve. Thank you for all you do for your kids, or if I may say, our kids. Thank you for what you do for our school, our reputation, and as productive members of your community. Have a great evening. Happy Lunar New Year.
Alrighty, I'd now at this time like to introduce newly elected Assemblyman Lester Chang, representing the 49th Assembly District.
Thank you. 恭喜發財，新年快樂，恭喜。I've been next engagement, so I'll be very brief about this, okay? I have a confession, a big confession. I graduated from Midwood High School. But before I made my selection, I did took the SAT test back in the 70s, and I did pass going to Brooklyn Tech. So that's a little consolidation on that. But I know everyone took the test, worked very hard, and I believe in that. I will continue to support that all the way for SHSAT, including charter school, GMT. I will support that, and I draw the line. And one more thing is, I hope I didn't bring bad luck. Today is cold, isn't it? I was up in Albany just 2 days ago. It was cold up there, and I hope I didn't bring bad luck down here anyway. But anyway, well, thank you very much, and congratulations, and I hope every one of you will graduate and do good and great things in your future life with those who are students in here, like I have during my time. And thank you again. And I represent here Sunset Park, Bensonhurst, Dyker Heights, and Borough Park. So I represent here, and my concerns are here. But anyway, thank you very much. Go ahead, Bachelor. Sending final.
So we're going to move into the performance section of the night now. And our first performance this evening will be a Han Dynasty classical dance, the Green Jade Pedestal, the Lantern Festival, performed by some very talented Brooklyn Tech parents.
接下来请欣赏舞蹈《袁熙》，祝愿大家在新的一年里找到心中的那个他，万事如意，心想事成。
我
Constituency Affairs, and Elaine Fan, Director of Asian Affairs, on behalf of Governor Kathy Hochul.
接下来有请 Jenny Lo 和 Elaine Fan。
Thank you. You guys are doing a great job. Good evening. I am Jenny Lo, a proud tech alum and a proud tech parent. My son graduated in 2019. I won't tell you when I graduated. But I am delighted to be here along with my colleague Elaine Fan. Elaine is the Director of Asian Affairs in the Governor's Office. The Governor brings her greetings to the parents of Brooklyn Tech. She knows that Brooklyn Tech is among the top schools in the state, but also in the country. She brings greetings to the parents who are so dedicated in helping your student, your child, your children succeed. And that's what we need, for everyone to be involved, the school administration, Mr. Newman, the parent association, and the alumni association with Mr. Achilles right here. So I'm going to ask Elaine to give you some greetings as well as the Director of Asian Affairs. Elaine?
Happy Lunar New Year! 春节快乐! Thank you. I'm just gonna present a prompt from Governor Kathy Hochul. Can I invite the leadership of the Parent Association to the stage?
So the Governor has a proclamation for Lunar New Year, and Elaine brought it with her. So we would love for Mr. Newman and the Parent Association leaders to come and accept that.
That's so wonderful. Thank you. Mr. Newman, Sharon, are you here? Sharon, we'd love to get you in a photograph, but we're going to do it without you. So. There she is. Thank you. Thank you so much. One more. Thank you so much. Turning it back to the MCs.
Alrighty, I'd now like to welcome to the stage another amazing group of dancers. Please welcome Tech Unique.
Se muy tambalea. Malamente. Sí, sí. Malamente. Mira. Malamente.
You can have it all. Call to the safe, you can have it all. Young man page, what's your fiesta? I wanna know the real you. You started dancing to pay your tuition, girl. I wanna know what you into. You want a boutique or you wanna sell hair? Just let me know what you into. If you out in public and he want your number, just tell him that's me and you. You make me feel these days. So you talk for your baby girl. So you talk for your baby girl. Burn somebody off for your dog. You make me feel these days. Calling out my body for your baby girl. Wipe them like a snake for your baby girl. Calling out my body for you.
Check. Wasn't nobody round, I was independent. In the 97 bomb with the windows tinted. Had a bomb, got a strap in the pot. In a pipe. Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up.
All right, thank you very much, Tech Unique. At this time, I'd like to call up New York City Council member Crystal Hudson.
接下来有请 Crystal Hudson.
Thank you so much, and happy Lunar New Year to everyone. My name is Crystal Hudson. I'm the council member that represents the school, Brooklyn Tech's building in Fort Greene. And I just wanted to share with you all that just yesterday, the New York City Council unanimously passed 2 resolutions around the Lunar New Year. The first was a resolution asking the federal government to recognize Lunar New Year as a federal holiday. And the second bill, which was my bill, was to mandate that the DOE recognize Lunar New Year as a holiday, an official holiday here in New York City, so that kids can have the day off to celebrate the Lunar New Year the way we celebrate every other holiday. So the next step is now for the Department of Education to actually make that happen, but we in the City Council have shown them that we're ready to have that happen. So wishing everybody again a very happy Lunar New Year, and thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce Ruzi Zhang singing Pretty White Lies.
接下来有请蕊希张为我们带来一首歌。I'm going out of my mind, thinking you're gonna leave. So if there's that, but my misery, I know there's something you're not telling me. Have you fallen out of love, 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 love? Late at night, taxi ride on my way to make it right. Tell me what I got to do. Strong and high, starting fires, always need to compromise. Everybody knows what you do. Don't tell me about my touch. Think of that girl, tired of waiting, girl, on you. Baby, have you given up? Where are you hiding, girl? Sick of trying, girl, for you. I'm going out of my mind, thinking you're gonna leave. So if there's doubt, put me out of my misery. I know there's something you're not telling me. Have you fallen out of love, 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 love? When you go out every night, are you thinking of me? Just tell me now, put me out of my misery. Just show me something that I can believe. Have you fallen out of love, 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 love? Maybe I'm paranoid, I should just ignore the words screaming out inside my brain. Maybe I think too much, maybe I self-destruct. I could be the one to blame. So tell me how about my touch? Is it fading, girl? Tired of waiting, girl, on you. Maybe have you given up? Where are you hiding, girl? Sick of trying, girl, for you. I'm going out of my mind, thinking you're gonna leave. So if there's doubt, put
time, I'd now like to introduce newly elected Senator Iwan Chu representing the 17th Senate District.
Thank you. Evening, everybody. I'm Senator Iwan Chu. Happy to be here to celebrate our Lunar New Year with our family over here. 祝大家新年快乐，恭喜发财，身体健康。我是州参议员曲一文。Tonight, I'm not just our state senator representing this area. I'm also a proud parent from our Brooklyn Tech. Thank you, Brooklyn Tech. Thank you, Mr. Newman and our PA Association and also Alumni Association, because you guys are the backbone of the backbone support for our school. That's why our school can have such a great resource, a great curriculum, and great faculties to give our great education for our kids. And I am benefit from it because my daughter just entered 9th grade and she has another 4 years to go. So I'm very happy to be here to support our school and in every way I can. Every way I can, because I know many kids from my district, from Southern Brooklyn, Sunset Park, Dyker High, Benson, Back Beach, everywhere, they go to Brooklyn Tech. So if there's any way I can be here to support our school, quality education is something I'm always all for it. And as the first Asian woman to be elected in the state senate, I would like to share with our co-chair, don't be afraid. We are immigrants, we can do everything we want. I'm the first one to be elected in the state senate, there will be more to come. So, 在这边真的谢谢大家，祝大家新年快乐，身体健康，恭喜发财，谢谢。
All right, I'd now like to introduce the Gusheng Ensemble performing Ambush from 10 Sides. The ensemble adds lots of modern music elements, is passionate and high-pitched, and the melody is very crisp and intense. The music expresses the war scene of the Chuhan struggle at a very fast pace.
古筝是一种古老的中国传统乐器，它是一种多弦乐器，每根弦下都有可移动的琴桥。古筝合奏新编《十里埋伏》是著名的古筝曲目之一。这首曲子增加了不少现代的音乐元素，音乐激昂高亢，旋律干脆激越，整首音乐被极快的节奏表现出了楚汉象征的战争场景。有请新乐古筝教学中心。
Jenny.
OK， 大家好，我是新月古筝乐团的团长陈维雷，Miss Lily 老师。欢迎大家，如果喜欢我们的古筝，如果有想学的话，可以找我，我会给你们优惠，然后会免费帮你们试课，然后呢，如果你们注册的话，我也会减免100块钱。OK， 谁给我翻译一下？
She's the leader of our team. She's and the teacher of our team. If there's any interest in this guzheng instrument, she can do a trial for you, and there could be discounts as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Great job. All right, there's still time to make purchases, whether you want to buy merchandise, and just to let you know, soda is free. It's all you can drink, so go up to the table over there and refill the drinks. There's no cost to that.
大家不要忘记了，后面还有卖红酒，还有奖券，还有礼品之类的，等着你去买的。
And we're still selling 50-50 tickets. So there are people walking around, they've got a sign, or over at the desk. You've still got time for the 50-50. We'll be calling that at the end of the evening along with the mega raffle.
Alrighty, I'd like to now welcome to the stage Assemblyman William Colton, representing the 47th Assembly District.
I want to wish everybody a very happy Lunar New Year. You know, although I did not go to Brooklyn Tech, I'm very familiar with Brooklyn Tech because I was a teacher for 12 years, 11 years, and I taught 5th grade in District 13. And the students in my classes and their parents were, even back then, Brooklyn Tech was their school of choice. And many of them, I taught gifted children for 3 out of the 11 years, and many of them got into Brooklyn Tech and graduated here. So I knew of Brooklyn Tech even back then in the 80s. And I believe that we must have gifted and talented classes. Every district should have them. And that is the pipeline that will give us students in the specialized high schools and continue excellent education in all of our system. One of the things that I think is very important in my district, in Bensonhurst and Gravesend and Dyker Heights, now we have many people from different parts of the world. And when you get them all working together, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So I have introduced a bill in Albany which would make the Lunar New Year a New York State public holiday, a permanent holiday that we can all share and enjoy. So I believe very strongly in the Brooklyn Tech family and what is happening here, what is being done here. And it is my pleasure to come to these celebrations each year. And what I see with the students, with the parents, is just absolutely astounding. So everybody have a very happy and healthy Lunar New Year. Everybody enjoy this year of the rabbit as we look forward to the intelligence of the rabbit, the speed of the rabbit, and bringing about good things for all of us. Happy New Year! Gongay Ba Choi, Senye Kwai La.
All right, and now we're going to have a martial arts demonstration by Lenning Kai.
武术涉及出于对他的热爱而对学科的巨大承诺。学生们接受的训练不只是战斗，而是让他们终生踏上自我完善思想、身体和灵魂的旅程。希望您喜欢一下中国武术名著《黄飞鸿》。
Let's give a warm welcome to Senator John Liu from the 16th Senate District.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So delighted to join all of you here on this very festive occasion, celebrating not only the Lunar New Year's, Year of the Rabbit, but celebrating the continuing accomplishments of our Brooklyn Tech students, some of the best in the entire country, let alone the city. I have to say that because my wife is an alum of Brooklyn Tech, And you have the Parents Association here, you have the alumni. It's a tremendous community. I've spoken at a lot of Brooklyn Tech graduations. When they used to be at the school as opposed to Barclays, you had to have a morning session and an afternoon session because the graduating classes were so large. But really, this is a school that contributes not only to New York, but the progress of indeed our entire nation and the world. So congratulations to Brooklyn Tech, and thanks to our presidents here, the Alumni Association Vice President, good friend of mine, David Lee. We have our President, Kim Gillette, and all of the officers. Thank you for your continuing efforts for the students and indeed our great city. Congratulations, Happy New Year, Kong Bachoy.
Now let's please welcome the Zhao brothers who will perform the first movement of Vivaldi's Concerto in A minor.
现在有请周家兄弟为我们带来小提琴合奏。所以二少是在疫情之前参加学校的乐队，可是之后没多久就关门了。然后疫情期间，二少还是坚持学习小提琴，并且还教会了三少学小提琴。今天他们俩兄弟为我们带来小提琴合奏。
brothers. Come on. Alrighty, up next, I'd like to welcome this beautiful group of dancers. Please welcome Tex Coder Club.
接下来有请舞蹈表演芒种。
a very special treat. We have a Brooklyn Tech parent who's going to sing the Painted Fleurs. Please welcome Kisa 2.
传染如是愿传人。
Thank you so much. We are now happy to introduce Jasmine Shao, who actually planned our Lunar New Year celebration in 2020. Please enjoy Jasmine's Tai Chi sword performance. Tai Chi sword is an important part of Chinese Tai Chi movement. It combines the characteristics of Tai Chi and swordsmanship.
太极剑是中国太极拳运动的一个重要内容，它兼有太极拳和剑术两种风格特点。一方面要像太极拳一样，表现出轻盈柔和、绵绵不断、重力不重力，同时还要表现出优潇洒、剑法清楚、形神俱备的剑术演练风格。掌声有请。And now my co-host, Dylan Labella, will be performing If I Can Dream.
There was one night
If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh why can't my dream come true? Oh why? There must be peace and understanding. This heart, the strong wind of glory that will blow away the doubts and fear. If I can dream of a wall of sun, the hope keeps shining on everyone. Tell me why, oh why can't that sun appear? We're lost in a cloud with too much rain. We're trapped in a world that's troubled with pain. But as long as a man has the strength to dream, he can redeem his soul and fly. Deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. Still I am sure that the answers can come somehow out there in the dark. There's a beckoning candle, yeah. And while I can think, while I can talk, while I can stand, while I can walk, while I can dream, oh please let my dream come true. Right now, oh let it come true right now. Woo! Everybody, Happy New Year.
Everybody, we're gonna let you rest for a few minutes, but we want to let you know I think we have 6 bottles of wine over there if anyone's still thirsty, and our merchandise they are still selling over there. And most importantly, this is the last call for 50/50. We're gonna have to start counting the money to get ready to draw. So if you'd like, they're gonna walk around one more time. And again, purchase your 50/50, finish up that wine, and look at the merchandise. We're going to let you rest for a few minutes before we call any of the raffles. Thank you all.
I don't know the song, so...